Our reflection this morning is Easter, empowerment and love. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. About 50 years ago, there was a beautiful, lovely musical called Mary Poppins. It is a story about this rich businessman with some badly behaved children. And he prayed. He prayed for a suitable governess to look after his children. And his prayer was answered when Mary Poppins descended from the sky holding her umbrella. And she assumed the role of governess. A governess, as you know, is a woman who instructs and teaches children, especially in a private home. Now, what follows is there was a gradual transformation of these badly behaved children into a very well-disciplined, lovely bunch of kids under the care and direction of Mary Poppins. And when that happened, she knew. She knew it's time to go. She knew that her task had been completed. And despite the pleas from the rich businessman and the children, she simply opened her umbrella and slowly ascended into the sky to return to the place where she came from. A lovely story, a lovely movie. Now, this scene reminds me of the resurrection of Jesus. But there is a crucial difference. Mary Poppins is fictional, but Jesus is real. When Mary Poppins felt that her work was finished, she simply cut off all her contacts and then simply went away because she knew that her task has been completed. Painful as it was, because she loved the children, she loved the people. But, my dear people, this is not what the resurrection of Jesus is all about. It does not mean that after the death of Jesus, his life on earth, Jesus has now gone away and we are left here to suffer on our own. Not really. This is really not what the Jesus resurrection is all about. Certainly not. Rather, the resurrection of Jesus is about new life. New life in Jesus. And Jesus has empowered us, and Jesus also has given us hope so that we continue to live the life Jesus has given us during baptism. And for those of you who were baptized, any of you were baptized during Easter? Yes, 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 yes. There is a few. Congratulations. You begin your new life, a new chapter in your life with Jesus. I'd like to highlight 2 points where Jesus empowers us. Now, first, before ascending to heaven, Jesus empowers his disciples and assures each one of us. In Matthew chapter 28, verse 20, he says to us, I am with you till the end of time. And then Jesus also empowers us in the Gospel of John chapter 15, verse 5, where Jesus tells us, without me, you can do nothing. Without God, definitely we can't do anything. As is the people, this is our task. We are empowered with a mission to bring hope, to bring love to our families, to our own communities. Now, recently, our youngest redemptorist, Father Francis Vijay and I, we accompanied our youth on a night mission to visit the homeless in Singapore. Now, we work with there's some of the dedicated staff from Catholic Welfare who obliged us to accompany us on this night tour. Of course, when this idea was first mooted to us, it's hard to believe that in a rich and affluent country in Singapore, there are poor people living in the street, sleeping in the street, not only tonight, but every night on our streets, on cardboards. You probably have seen on cardboards, on benches, bathing even in public toilets. So we visited these people till the wee hours of the morning in 3 places, in Ang Mo Kio, in Bugis, and in the city. Now, as part of the preparation, we encourage our youth that they will fast, and this is the beauty of young people. There was a task. You're going to slim? Good. They will fast once a week, and all the money they save will be put in this little kitty. And at the end of the Lenten season, we all collected about $650, and we gave it to Catholic Welfare for the Poor. Now, during the walk, we met a man who was collecting all the cardboards. And we just took the courage and asked him, "Uncle, can we talk to you?" And he said that, "Well, I don't mind. I don't mind to share with you the reason why I'm sleeping in the street." And he tells his story. He said that, "Look, my wife, she was on long-term dialysis, and all my money is spent on her. And by the time at the end of the month, I have so little money, not even enough for myself. So I'm not embarrassed to tell you that because of the medical bill was so high, I had to choose her comfort or my comfort. And I choose to sleep in the street so that my wife can be comfortable." Now, his wife eventually passed away a few years ago. Now, this is a story of unconditional love, of great sacrifice. My dear people, each one of us, we have a mission here on earth. We are empowered also to do things in small ways, in big ways. The story of the homeless man shows that this man was willing to go out of his own way, even at the expense. Will we do that? To sleep in the street, to pay for her medical bill, so that her final days will be as comfortable as possible. What about young people? What did they learn during the night visit? We had an evaluation, and one of the youth said this. During the night mission, she said that if my first time I'm learning to approach someone sleeping in the street in a very safe way. And she said, first time I've learned how to say, "Good evening, uncle, good evening, auntie. Are you okay? Do you want some food? And even though if you're not hungry or thirsty, I have a bun for you. I have a packet drink for you." These little acts, for the young people, the mission was to raise their consciousness that there is another world out there. And sometimes while they are very, very fortunate, there are people who are also suffering. Yes, we may not be sleeping in the street, but we can learn also to care and be compassionate with people. Mother Teresa once said, "Love to be real, it has to cost. It has to hurt. It must empty us of self." Amen.